This is the part nobody teaches you in school. You can do everything right, get your degrees, master your skills, build your resume, and you still end up underpaid, overlooked, or stuck. This is not failure, it's just delayed timing. This is a system not knowing how or choosing to make space for what you bring. Even when you are highly qualified, employers might hesitate to promote you because they worry you will leave soon after or expect a significant pay raise when they can keep you for cheap. Moving someone up too fast can disrupt the culture, especially if it challenges the status quo or creates tension among other employees. This is even more sensitive when you're external hire because you have not been through the internal waiting process and it can make managers cautious. Being good at your job is important, but sometimes being overqualified can actually work against you, and it's important to understand why, and the losses are not just personal. Companies also suffer when they fail to recognize and promote qualified employees. High turnover rates cost organizations in recruitment time, onboarding, and training expenses. Valuable talent walks out the door, and knowledge gaps open up, slowing down operations and hurting team morale. Missed opportunities and inefficiencies end up being far more costly than promoting or developing the talent they already have. Initially, my thought was when I started this research was either or. I was asking a simple basic question: is it technical skills or soft skills that matter more when it comes to getting promoted? I thought I'd find a clear winner, whether it was one set of skills or type of skills that stood out. But what I found out was neither either or, it's both. Yes, people with strong technical skills tend to earn more, but when it comes to actually advancing and growing within the company, taking on leadership, building longevity, it's those who have both technical and soft skills who rise. Still, that's not even the whole story. Career growth isn't just about what you can do or how well you communicate. It's also about who you know, where you come from, and whether people trust you or see you as someone to invest in. That's where network and social equity come in. Things like, what school did you go to? Do you have a family connections? Did you inherit a network or have to build from scratch? Are there learning programs or mentors in your company? Can you be trusted? Like invited in to a group. This whole presentation is not just a theory or a selection of few isolated pieces of research. It's about understanding how skills, people, and networks we navigate shape our journey. Whether you're climbing, pivoting, or starting from scratch in your career, you need more just than a ladder. The ladder mentality is all about how far the individual can go compared to a bridge building, in contrast, which prioritizes collaboration. The mission is bigger than just you. It's about connection. It's about legacy. It's about leaving that door open behind you on purpose. There's a saying, climb the corporate ladder. That's the American dream. Move up, get the title, get the bag, get the money. Then there's also a quote I came across by Dr. Alan M. Patterson. Don't climb ladders, burn them, build bridges. It put my thoughts into words, co-signing what I was already feeling. I used to think career success was a race to the top, but the truth is you get further when you bring others with you. That old saying, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. That's what this is about. Burning ladders isn't about rejecting ambition, it's about redefining how you go about doing it and changing heroic individual efforts into collaborative team wins. Systematic barriers are present on all professional levels, from an entry level and labor roles to middle management and even executive leadership. The barriers may look different, but no level is immune to it. At the lower levels, it might be a lack of access to training or never be considered for leadership potential in the first place. In middle management, you may start to see bias in promotions or being overlooked for the next step, even when you have clearly outperformed expectations. At the executive level, the room might shrink entirely. You might be the only one who looks like you, the only woman, the only immigrant, the only person who did not come from the same few private schools. While these barriers affect everyone, they don't affect everyone the same. Your gender, your age, your race, your immigration status, these things shape how the system responds to you. This is what I mean. Now you see me, now you don't. Some barriers are visible, some aren't. Also, being highly qualified is part of the problem. Employers may assume that if you're overqualified, you're going to leave or you will want more money, or that you're just using a role as a temporary stepping stone. It becomes less about your capability and more about their fear of losing you. Gender and advancement also depends on where men and women may be equally qualified. The way opportunities are accessed and presented is not always the same. From the research I've read, there's a pattern. Women often need to prove themselves repeatedly just to be offered the same opportunity, while men are often promoted based on potential, not their body of work. I believe this happens due to historical correlation of patriarchal norms in society. It remains as an invisible barrier inside workplaces. One of my references titled Factors Influencing Career Advancement and Supply Chain Management with Gender Perspective was still significant because it focused on highly skilled professionals and their field of supply chain industry. Advancement in this kind of environment says that something important about how success is perceived and structured. Giving credit to the authors Kafa, Rafiel, and their research team, they used a message that blended both qualitative and quantitative elements. It started with expert opinions from industry leaders and used structured ranking techniques to prioritize the factors that influence career advancement and supply chain management. Results show women in the study placed the highest value on skills, followed closely by self-confidence and language mastery. Also, I have to also note that it was done in France, but that's why language was rated pretty high. Those were seen as key drivers of advancement. In contrast, men preferred organizational fit, meaning how well a person aligns with the company's culture and internal dynamics, but both thought the process was fair. Being good at your job is important, but it's not everything. Performance alone does not guarantee you will be promoted. In many cases, the people who move up are not just the hardest workers. They are the ones who are seen, supported, and positioned for the next step. Talent needs visibility. It means someone advocating for you when you're not in the room, having your reputation precede you. Advancement requires more than just doing your job and doing it well. It requires access to opportunities, networks, mentors, and sponsors. People who can help you move your name forward when you're not even in the room. Sometimes your reputation precedes you, and sometimes your advocate is the one making sure it does. Hard work builds your foundation. However, without strategic movement and without access, you can remain stagnant when you are ready to grow. The people who advance forward are the ones who know how to combine both performance and strategy. When it comes to achieving career success, you must have a certain level of ambition. You need to want it. Some people do the right things, they work hard, and sometimes they get lucky. They're in the right place at the right time, and opportunities show up, but you cannot rely on luck. Yes, when preparation meets opportunity. Ambition determines whether you are preparing even when you do not see the opportunity yet. According to Siebert and his colleagues, one of the biggest predictors of career success is having a proactive personality. Proactive individuals take initiative, seek out mentors, pursue feedback, and position themselves for advancement. They do not wait passively for someone to notice them. They make sure they are ready when the opportunity appears. You miss 100% of the shots you do not take. Proactivity becomes the catalyst that turns potential into progress. And when the path forward gets blocked, that is where pivoting comes in. A unique and effective strategy for navigating barriers is lateral mobility. According to Bidwell and Keller in their 2025 study, moving laterally into roles at the same hierarchical level can help employees build new skills, expand their expertise, and increase their value inside the organization. Over time, their research shows that employees who pivot strategically by using lateral moves are more likely to earn promotions, which means more money, because they have developed broader skill sets, stronger networks, and proven reliability across multiple departments. Lateral moves are not just about instant promotions. At Amazon, they even had a phrase for it. They would call it stretching your role. Stretching your role meant taking on extra responsibilities without officially changing your title. It gave employees the space to grow, to develop new skills, and to show they could handle the extra pressure that came with more responsibility. It was not just about doing more work. It was about proving readiness for the next level by performing under real conditions, not just based on potential or hope. Stretching your role is another form of lateral movement that builds your reputation, strengthens your skills, and positions you for advancement. when the right opportunity opens. Pivoting and lateral mobility show that success is not always a straight vertical climb. Sometimes it's about moving across the system, gathering and building relationships, and position yourself for the right jump when the time comes. The ability to stay ambitious, stay proactive, and pivot when necessary is what separates those who move forward. And in addition to ambition, networking matters. Having support from your manager matters. Finding mentors and sponsors, the same thing. They matter. Everything mentioned plays a role. It's not one thing. It's not only one thing. It's your aptitude, your attitude that determines your altitude. And I have to give credit to Rhode Island football because I got that from the whiteboard in their locker room.